And what about ye? And in the garage today we have this little Fiat 500. This is a 500L. That's quite a big Fiat 500. Bigger than the usual ones. Anyway, customer complaint in this one. It came in originally, a girl owner complains about nauseous fumes getting into the cabin. And well, whenever I started up and it came here first, it is rattling. So I have this thing here wired up. This is an electronic stethoscope. So it's one of those there, only it's powered. And I have it in at it's held in with cable ties here, jammed in as tight as I can get it to the timing cover. So we're gonna have a wee listen. So I've allowed this vehicle to sit, and it is absolutely stone cold. As cold as it'll be with, so it's at ambient temperature. It's about 15 degrees in here. So what we're gonna do, stick the microphone inside the headphones. So, yeah, quite rattling on the startup, so that's that thing there. And comes in chassis ears kit, but it's not actually in to solve that rattling problem. It's actually in because this thing, the fumes coming out of this thing is unreal, even just now. But it's getting into the cabin and it's terrible. Like, okay, so what have I got there? 111,000 miles on it, and this is a 1.3 diesel, common diesel. So it's the same engine as what you would get in, you know, the wee Corsas now, a CDTI engine. And the reason for the fumes in the cabin, well, there's just tar and carbon, whatever you want to call it, in the channel. So injectors are leaking. Looks like number 2 is the worst, or it's just the carbon's just running along the channel in there. Strip match then, pull all these pipes off, get all this carry on out of the way and get these injectors out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take these injectors out, clean it all up the best I can, and don't put them in and then do the chain. So I'm not going to cover everything in this video because it'll be a very, very long video, and I'll just jump between bits and pieces, you know. So I've done a wee bit of stripping there. Let's get the loom out of the way, and more so because I'm going to do a chain on this, and I'm trying to sort of clear the area. And as you can see, there's the ECU basically sitting on top of the engine mount. So anyway, at the minute we're interested in these injectors, so yeah, number 2, but we'll pull all 4 out. So these clamps here, that will clamp those 2 injectors, and that you can just about see they're clamp there, the stud of it anyway, that'll clamp those 2 as well. And another thing I noticed is on this particular variant, this wee port here is where you put a special tool in to hold the camshaft for your timing whenever we're going to do a timing chain. And well, it's not going to fit in there without taking the turbo off. So after a bit of scraping and vacuuming, we can now actually see some of the bolts down there of the cam carrier. So there's still a lot of muck down there with the fuel lines removed. So they're still going to be stuck in there with this carbon tar stuff. So some of the best things I find is either this stuff or cellulose thinners. You know, brake clean or anything like that, forget it, doesn't look at it. So we're just going to swim it with this in that recess there. And hopefully that'll melt into it. We'll get these clamps loosened off here. I'll try and get as much as that sort of agitated in the wee nooks and crannies as much as I can. Give it a bit of a scrape there, you know. Hey, let's see if anything's gonna play with us here. A bit of movement, nothing. That's loosening the top of that one, but that's okay. I probably have to move these round anyway, the electrical connector part, you know. Oh. I like that. There's a slight bit of movement, nothing. So we'll just work at that. Right, so got a few of these loose. And there's nice there. That's probably about as much as it'll twist, because it is on a clamp like. So this in here's rock solid. This one here is pretty stuck as well, I think. Right, I think we're near ready for an extraction, so we'll get rid of some of this fluid in here. So, that's all them out. I've labelled them 1, 2, 3 and 4. And 4 was leaking and 2 was leaking. You can see our copper washers of the non-leakers are still in the head. So, a bit of clean up to do yet. And what has that left us with? Well, we'll get a bit of blue roll. There's that copper washer. We'll get a bit of blue roll stuck down the holes and do a bit more scraping, I think. Hey, we're getting there, we're getting there. So, on my second tin of carb cleaner, give her a bit of a go with this. Bit of a wire brush thing. But what I'm going to show you here is there's these wee rings here. These wee top seals in here. And they're basically non-existent now. The carb cleaner has melted them. So, normally people don't change these. And they're tricky to get out. There we go. So that basically is a wee top seal for the injector to stop water and rubbish or whatever getting down the sleeve. But these ones are goosed. So that's them there. So there's a wee metal ring in it as well as being like a rubber type seal, you know. So you need 4 of them. What I do for cleaning these bores is, this is a quarter drive, you know. So I used to use a screwdriver, you know, but it just rips the cloth. So this is absolutely drenched in cellulose thinners. Again, it's the only thing that is any good against this tar stuff. So, you know, it's drenched now, it's dripping off it. There will be a bit going into the hole, into the, you know, down top of the piston, but it'll evaporate off. If anything, I'll clean the top of the piston. But anyway. So what I do is you get it in the hole like that, you know, and then instead of pulling the driver up and down, you know, you sort of control it with the rag, like that. And that way you can get right down to the bottom. And you put a bit of pressure on the driver, you know, right around the bore. After we've done that, I know that we should have 2 copper washers down here out of the 4. So there's one there. That one's okay. There's one there. And so yeah. So because we've cleaned all the tar out of the bore with our rag and our quarter drive, I think that one there should near enough lift out, I think. Now, sometimes you do need to use a tool, you know, it's a special tool for doing this, but this is just, you know, a long pick with a funny end on it. And this washer, because of the compound, the tar compound cleaned out, this is now sort of just floating about in here, it's loose. And the other thing about it too is, you see, I see people on other YouTube videos, not in real life now, but other YouTube videos, and the struggle and all that carry on, getting these out. And it's because the thing's stuck in there with the compound. That's why, you know, they don't clean the bore out. And the problem with this is getting that out, you know, using a conical sort of tool, is the hole in the washer is now wider than the bore in the head. So when you put the tool in, it's grabbing the bore in the head, the aluminium, you know, and not this. And it's because, you know, this has been blown, so this is worn, you know. So it's bigger, the hole in the middle is bigger than what it should be. Let's see if we can do the same with this one. So now that it's clean, you know, the washer's loose. Then we'll give all the sleeves a bit of a wire brushing. Block a hole. And blow the crap out. And we want to get this, it's the seat, you want the seat to be clean as a whistle, you know, so This is a polisher. But we'll give these a cut anyway, because all these seals, none of them are any good. I'll just show you them in a minute. Getting there. So, I actually met the owner of this car today, earlier on. He says, well, how are you getting on? And I says, well, it's a very time consuming job. Definitely is. I said, tedious, but satisfying. You know, I didn't want to sound negative to the guy, you know. It is tedious and time consuming this. It's just cleaning and cleaning and cleaning. So anyway, here's one of the washers that breached. So that was leaking. You can see clearly, you know, the hole in the middle is oval, and you can see the black. There's the other one. Get you in the focus there. So that's the other one. Two that didn't breach, that seemed to be okay, but let's see. I'll get this to focus. Didn't breach, but ready to go. And these are Bosch injectors. Alright, so again, cellulose thinners on a rag, soaking wet. You know, I do it with my bare hands. You can get the crap off for using the orange gloves, but the cellulose thinner sort of melts them gloves anyway. So these clamps then, perfect. Just sitting in that. So that's the carbon there and in there. Just steep those two in there in that bath for half an hour or something. Just dry them off, and that's it. That's that. Scraping match with a screwdriver and any rust or whatever. Now, you know the way I was twisting I was twisting that to try and loosen it up. So what can happen is that can widen that out. That can widen that clamp out, you know. And you don't want that to be wide. So just check that. You want it to be snug, not too loose. Wee tiny bit of play, not too much. And as you can see there, see with the file, and even this one, you get that, you know, nice and clean in there. Any sort of rust. So there was one or two of these had a bit of rust about them, and you don't want that to be fouling, because you want that. The whole idea is you want this to seal, so that nothing impeding that, you know, being pushed down and that. So that's really that. Oh yes. These Bosch injectors and these seals, you know, you can buy these seals at the dealer, wherever it is, whatever. But these Bosch injectors generally accept these. So you know, these will be fitted to BMWs, you know, loads of different cars, and they all use these seals. I buy them by the packet of 10. That's about a tenner of that bag there, and you get 2.5 cars out of it. And I'll just show you that top seal again, because I don't think it came into focus very well the last time. That's the genuine part. They're about £2 each. Those wee boys are. So I had to use that thing there quite a bit to get these half decent. So you want to get them holes there, you know, the seats at the bottom. You want to get them as clean as you can. Nice and shiny, and the sleeves are nice and clean. So pretty happy with that. But for now, we're not putting the injectors in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start attacking this chain. So we might make a part 2. So this is the end of part 1 then. All the best. See you in part 2.